Tgan. I do this shit for the love of the game.
Did you know I'm utterly insane?
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's Tgan here with Tgan Live, episode 24. And I gotta take a second to make sure. What up, what up, what up? Okay. Just gotta double check, making sure y'all can hear me. Everything is good. Much appreciated to anyone who's already in the chat. Gentle Stone, if I'm saying your name right, thanks so much for being here. I gotta change my topics. What are we talking about? I don't know. Fallout stuff. Yeah, thanks. I made it myself. I do all my own shit. Like, I have no help with anything, so. Yeah, thanks. I always try to find good hip-hop type copyright-free music, because I'm a hip-hop head, so I gots to hear the hippa to the hoppa and you just don't stop her. I gotta change my topics. Obsidian new game, I guess. I don't know, I just found a bunch of stuff online to talk about before the show, but none of it's actually real news. It's hard to find some good news. Things just trickle out, and during the week I try to find something on Fridays to talk about, but it's just kind of like pretty slow. Sometimes there'll be a week with a bunch of stuff, and then there'll be nothing. But this week has been no new announcements in terms of anything new coming out. though they recently announced it's going to be a Persona live action movie. I can't remember if I talked about that last show, so that could be interesting because I like Persona. I've only played Persona 5, but I love it. It's great. Still haven't finished it. I don't know, but I found an article about who could be playing Ganon in the live action, but it's all just fan theory. I don't know. Who's Ganon? They say. I guess the live chat only shows things that people said once I start the show. I don't know. Once again, thanks big time for anyone who's here. Even if you just sit with the show off to the side and you go do whatever else, it really means a lot to a brother like me. So is there anything else I need to look at? I can't adjust screens properly when I'm in Streamlabs. Once again, doing things I probably should have did before the show started. Any topics you guys want to talk about? Because the first thing I was going to talk about was what? Gotta make sure this is switching over. My favorite topic on anything is always Fallout, which is my favorite to talk about. My favorite gaming IP, period, is Fallout. As you can see with the hat, I don't tend to own a lot of game paraphernalia other than just buying the games, but I do have a hat. And I have season 1 and 2 of the Steel books for the show because I absolutely love the show and I think it's the best adaptation, point blank, period. I'm gonna turn my music down a little bit. I don't know if it's too loud. Yeah, I know, I am a chat whore. Like, Saturdays is my favorite day of the week because there's a show on all day long. Pretty much. Like, soon as I'm done my show, there'll be another show to go watch. And the worst part is like I need to go outside and touch grass, but I love being in chats all day. Because like watching lives is just so much better than watching it after. Like I don't even watch shows after. Wow, people are in my chat talking. Like it's so cool to see people I see in other chats in my chat. What's your show about? Nerd Chat podcast, or do I even need to ask? Because it sounds pretty obvious. I don't actually, to be honest, I am not as huge as a New Vegas fan as everyone else is. I like 3 more, but mainly because it was my first Fallout game ever, and I didn't find New Vegas that much different. But the other problem was just before New Vegas came out in 2010, I was playing the shit out of 3. And then I switched right from that to New Vegas, and I'm like, this is almost the same game with different shooting, and everything's yellow. It wasn't enough of a change for me. But obviously, I get why people love it. It'll probably be either a New Vegas... Yeah, drop a link. I don't know if... Drop a link in the chat for your channels. I'm assuming you can just do that. I never like... to my shame. Dude, what are you even doing in my fucking chat? Go play a Fallout game right now. I honestly think New Vegas is overrated. People go off on it, and I'm just like, I don't really get what it... I must be missing something. I played it, and I liked it. But after playing Fallout 3, like, all the time just before, I'm like, nah, this is almost the same game. But I actually think 76 might be my favorite Fallout game now, which might be sacrilege to some people, but it's an infinitely playable Fallout game. I don't know why you wouldn't love that if you're a Fallout fan. I don't know. If you play 3 or if you've already played Fallout 3, New Vegas really isn't all that different. But yeah, they just started shooting Season 3, though there isn't a whole lot to report on that besides the fact that they just started shooting Fallout Season 3. But Mr. Goggins himself posted something on Insta, getting that ghoul makeup put on again. I'm sure he's sick to death of having that ghoul makeup put on. So kudos to him for putting up with that and still being able to give such an amazing performance. I think he's fucking spectacular as the ghoul in this show. Absolutely the best character, and it's not even close. Lucy's probably the next favorite, but as awesome as she is, the ghoul is just so freaking cool. 3 was 08, New Vegas was 2010. It was barely any difference in the games. But I mean, I bought New Vegas when it came out, like the day of. Over here on Forbes, Fallout remains an enormously popular and beloved game adaptation on Amazon as one of the service's crown jewels. It seems like Fallout has the potential to go on indefinitely. Well, I don't think it should go on indefinitely. Eventually, they should probably go as far as like 5 seasons. Or if they were smart, they'd finally start releasing freaking actual games during the season. They had 2 seasons to do that, and they effed it up both times. And now we have some news about Season 3's potential release date, thanks to a new update from star Galton Goggins. Goggins took to Instagram to show himself back in the saddle for the arduous process. I'm sure they figured out how to get the ghoul makeup on way quicker, as they always do. There you can see the Gogmeister getting that shite put on his face. Yeah, I live downtown if you're hearing all those sirens and shit. Hey, the boots. Oh, really? I didn't know there was a scorpion on that. Huh. Hey, look, there's me. I commented on it. Why the fuck didn't you like it, Goggins? Jerk. They seriously need to release the game a lot. I don't know, it's like, they had 2 seasons to do it. The first season, they weren't prepared for it to be as big as it was. But then season 2, I'm like, alright, they'll figure it out. I was like, really? All we got was a bunch of ghoul stuff in 76. But he's in the game now, and you can talk to him, kinda. He gives you, like, missions to do. But he doesn't really do much beyond that. He'll give you a target to take out, and it's not really any different than doing that anyways. Occasionally you'll see him throughout the world, but for some reason he kind of just gives you attitude, like, why the fuck you talking to me? Fallout Season 1 started filming July 2022 and released April 2024. Fallout Season 2 started filming November, 7 months after Season 1, and was released 13 months later. That's a 20-month break in total. No, it wasn't. What are they even talking about? Season 1, I mean, a year and not even barely a year and a half turnaround is a very quick turnaround for a show like that. They started shooting now, so that means the show will probably be out in late 2027, early 2028. Or they'll do that annoying thing again where the season overlapped between years. Season 2 started in December but ended in like February. So if we use mainly the Season 2 setup, Fallout Season 3 is filming in July 2026. Season 2 aired December 2025. If filming and post-production take another 13 months, like with Season 2, that's an August 2027 release window. I don't see them releasing it in August. But I don't know, maybe they've been trying different dates. I mean, it was April, the first season, and December. Those are 2 pretty different times to release stuff. So a 20-month gap, well, in context of big blockbuster shows that force audiences to wait anywhere from 2 to 3 years, it could be worse. Amazon's Lord of the Rings, The Ring of Power, supposedly the most expensive show ever made. I don't know, I watched like half the first episode of that show and I thought it was terrible, so I stopped watching it. Nah, I don't think it'll happen. That was recently a report about There's recently a report about Netflix seeing a huge drop-off of viewership between seasons, which sparked a widespread social media response that the main issue was the lengthy year-long breaks between seasons. Yeah, because they have to shoot it and edit it. What are they complaining about? Do they not understand how TV and film production works? Secondarily, the binge model was also cited, as many series are watching in their entirety in 1 or 2 days and then forgotten about. That's different than, say, 8 episodes of Fallout airing over 2 weeks. $2 months. So technically, the way 18 months, what are you doing with the 18? Why do you like mathematically keep complicating this? A third issue is the fact that 6 to 8 episode seasons are often too short, which is certainly not a problem exclusive to Netflix. Sure, I prefer that now. Like 10 episodes max. As for Fallout, it continued to deliver high viewership and excellent critic and audience scores in Season 2, breaking away from The Last of Us, which is well like first season with a much more unsteady second season. Yeah, that's one way of putting it. Not so with Fallout. We'll see if that carries on to Season 3 instead. Or was that it? Hail Hitler. Dumb bitch. Well, that's all there is to say about that. Really, not a whole lot of news, but that's all there is to say about that, I suppose. That's all there is to say about that. I'm so annoying I can't, like, type into my chat. It doesn't matter, I guess. I use my phone to the side. That's the only way I can properly see the chat while I'm trying to do a show. That's the only way I know how to do it. It's more Fallout news, but not really related. It's got something to do with some board game, which I don't play those kind of things. Be it on Netflix, Apple, or Prime, there's no shortage of great sci-fi shows in the last few years. While one of the biggest streaming shows of all time, Stranger Things, finally came to an end, and Season 5, this season was so bad I stopped watching it. I couldn't believe how bad Stranger Things was. I was like, this has to be a joke. Like, how do they suddenly get terrible? They're like pulling a Game of Thrones. Finally came to an end late last year. Other shows on Apple TV, such as Pluribus and Severance, are poised to be around for years, though they admittedly appeal to a much different audience. Over on Prime, the streamer has found success with one of the biggest shows the past few years. Fallout, which has picked up over 100 million views during its first 2 seasons and was swiftly renewed. Now fans have their biggest update yet. Leading star, yeah, we already just talked about that. So yeah, they're just talking about that they're gonna release a expanded to the beloved Fallout Factions tabletop game. I've never played it, so tabletop games just ain't my thing. When it came to adapting Fallout, Prime Video and the creatives behind the show agreed that the best course of action was to tell a story that fit into the existing canon rather than try to adapt one of the games one for one, which is why it's such a great show. Before Season 3, Modiphius? What the fuck kind of name is that? Modiphius. I thought I said Morpheus at first. Has expanded the below Fallout Factions tabletop game which drops later this month. Fallout Battle for Boston. Does it come with all that stuff there? I don't know how these things work. It comes with all of this stuff? A miniature skirmish game. Lead your crew of survivors to the ruins of Boston. It almost looks like it's a turn-based game in tabletop form. The new release for Fallout Factions launches July 31st, but even for fans who may not enjoy the tabletop experience, there's plenty of Fallout 5 content to be excited about. Yeah, we're still waiting on 5. Wait, who the fuck is that? They're fuck showing some random guy that I've never even seen who's in the show. Like, what the fuck? How do you not... We know who that is. We know who that is. Who the balls is this? I've watched season 2 enough times to not recognize this motherfucker. We know who this motherfucker is. I got some chin. I wonder if that's... Is that real, or do he like add shit to it? Like John Mulaney. You guys seen John Mulaney lately? He looks like a box. While Prime Video is yet to announce the release date, several new cast members are already confirmed. The Acolytes Manny Jacinto, Last Night in Soho's Thomason McKenzie, along with returning stars Goggins, Ella, and Morton. The new season is expected to pick up after Season 2's finale, which set the stage for the franchise's long-awaited trip to New Vegas. They're already in New Vegas. What you talking about? That's a dumb statement. Which is set the stage for the franchises. They're already in New Vegas. They were in New Vegas like halfway through Season 2. And I don't know why it's saying long awaited either. The show's barely been out. Anywho, Bethesda has confirmed Fallout 5 is in the works, and even that the game will reflect the events of the TV show. That's interesting that they're going to try to do that. Making that reveal more intriguing now that filming has begun. Bethesda has employees still working on the latest release. Boop. Which Bethesda has confirmed that Fallout 5 is in the works. Pardon me, I like to smoke on my shows. Maybe that's gross, I don't know. It's just, I have a thing about it. Bethesda has employees working on Starfield, where a smaller subset of people are focusing on upcoming releases of Fallout 5 and Elder Scrolls 6. Last year, Bethesda Shadow dropped a ground-up remake, which is a great game, including updated graphics for next-gen consoles, and I think it was one of the best-selling games of last year. Bethesda will certainly share more info about Fallout 5 when the time is right. In the meantime, with Fallout Season 3 now officially filming, fans will be watching closely. So... yeah, well, I wonder if I should turn my camera off, because this isn't nicotine, if you know what I'm saying. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Considering the rules on that in America, but here in Canada, this stuff's legal now, so. But I'm willing to bet anyone who is in the chat is not from Canada. But I'll go over it. Okay, who the fuck is this guy? This is getting on my nerves now. But I wanted to see what they said about season 3 adding things into Fallout 5, which is kind of interesting actually. Like, why would they do that if someone who doesn't watch the show at all, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, I try to look up the legalities of smoking things on a live stream if it matters, because yeah, it's weird how it's legal in some places down there, but I mean, it makes sense to do it. Like, legalizing it brings in so much freaking money, and it's just weed, and I don't care what anyone says, weed is not harmful. Sorry, I didn't say weed. I said green plants. Yeah, that's what I said. Do you hear that algorithm? Okay, I don't want... This guy's pissing me off. I don't remember this guy from season 2 at all, and they keep fucking showing him. Who the fuck is he? I don't remember him at all. I don't even know how to figure that out. What's Colorado like right now? Things going good there? Heard they were not allowing water to be sent there or something. Yeah, I'm not monetized yet. I'm still I'm scratching and crawling to get to 1K subs. Like, I really wanted to get to 1K by the end of the year, but now we're already halfway through the year and I'm not even at 560. But what are they going to say over here? Prime. Wait. Where's that part where they're going to talk about how 5 will incorporate into this isn't news. I don't really care about showing this on my stream, but it shows over here somewhere how much farther I am until I can monetize. Somewhere down here. Yeah, eligibility. I'll probably get to this before I get to that. 10 million fucking views? That's insane. I will never get 10 million views on anything. It's decent. We're on water restriction. I don't know, I thought they were like denying you fresh water just because. I don't know. It's been raining. I'm here in Calgary, Alberta, and it's been raining all the time, and it's been a shit summer so far. Like today is okay. I think it's like 30 degrees Celsius, which I don't know what that is, and your guys' insane mental weather thingies. I don't know what I'm saying. Dope intro, man. Oh, right. Okay, so I was trying to find something about, but I guess not. But what else do I have? I'm trying to do any game adaptation news first, and then go over to game news, which I don't like talking about too much. Well, I don't not like it. I just would prefer to do an entire 2 hours, which is what I always try to shoot for, is 2 hours of just adaptation news. So this here isn't actually news, but just people hypothesizing who could play Ganon. So yeah, drop it in the chat who you think could work to play Ganon in the new Zelda movie. My choice is Javier Bardem, because he kind of already looks like him. Over here on Screen Rant by Jared Stewart. Legend of Zelda is never an easy franchise to pin down in terms of what direction it might be headed. By the way, I like to paraphrase everything I read so I can say less words. But we actually can say what we know that the future of Nintendo's epic fantasy franchise will be. The Ocarina of Time remake is in development. We already know that, which is revelatory in and of itself. And that a live-action movie adaptation of the Zelda is coming out in spring. See, this article is misleading, obviously, clickbaity, saying that they're talking like they did have the cast. And I was like, holy shit, that's news, but then it's not. Based on what I've seen. I don't know, are you sure it's the drought or not? The government just deciding they don't want to give you stuff? Because that's what I actually heard. The quality and reference of video game movie has risen in the past few years, so too have expectations. Ideally, they're tackled with a ton of sincerity and as faithful interpretations of the source material. Casting decisions are more important than ever, especially if these actors are expected to play these characters for the foreseeable future in subsequent installments. And fans can't seem to decide who they'd like to cast. So this is all like some Reddit thread shit, basically. So there you go, on Reddit. I'll click on that to see what else other people say. It's always fun to get lost in Reddit. I mean, that's always possible. On Reddit, users share some of their fan casts for Ganon, assuming that iconic series villain will make an appearance. A user whose account has since been deleted brilliantly posited. See, Jesus Christ. Is this a fucking spelling mistake? I swear to F, I have not written. I don't read articles that don't have. Jesus Christ, what I'm trying to say. Every freaking article that I read nowadays has at least one spelling mistake. Like, no one is checking the work anymore. And this is what happens when you use AI to write your shit. You just copy paste, don't even edit it. Like, posited. Unless I'm reading this wrong because I'm dumb. To me, it reads, brilliantly posted that Ganondorf should appear with an Algaham type alter ego that isn't revealed to be Ganondorf. I don't know what that even means. What the fuck does this word mean? Oh. Someone from the games that I don't know if I know. Depending on what game he was in. Who do you think will be the Ganondorf? Posited me? That's an actual phrase? I thought it was a spelling mistake.
Posit.
Why do I have never heard that word before in my life? This Jared Stewart guy is fucking making up words over here. He's just trying to like sound smart by like going into his articles and being getting his thesaurus out. It's like, how do I make this article sound like I'm smart? Why don't I just use the word posited for no reason whatsoever? However, if Ganondorf is being played by an actor like Idris Elba, which I don't know where that came from, maybe they mean in the actual Reddit post, which I'm going to go over to in a second, because that's always fun to read those things. Anyways, I'll just go to it now, because they're just telling us what happens in here. So over here, Legend of Zelda. I'm not part of this group, but now I will be. Zelda's the only Nintendo franchise that I still love. Not that I don't love Mario. I'm just like, meh. Oh, this is old. 8 months ago, but whatever. Same thing they just posted in the article. This guy is Zelda's? Okay. Would make for a good sequel setup just as Link thinks he has defeated. Ganon's spirit rises up. Kind of like how Voldemort appears after Professor Quirrell. Yeah, I don't know the Harry Potter shit. It's funny how one movie can instantly tell you where in the world someone is or isn't from. I don't get what that means either. Idris Elba. I don't know. If they did him, would they give him makeup, or would it just be Idris Elba with a red chin beard? I don't know. Like Ganon has like green skin or some shit. Cliff Curtis. He's pretty good. He's like one of those chameleon actors. Basically, could be any actor you want him to be. Huh? For me, it doesn't matter what race he is because he's literally green, just like I said. Well, you need someone who's over 7 feet tall, not necessarily. You can get one of those big ass actors. Actually, the guy who played Shao Kahn in Mortal Kombat 2 was actually probably the best performance of the movie. He really sold it. He'd be a good choice. Whoever it is, they need to be jacked. Maybe not. They could use prosthetics like Tim Curry in Legend, which is still the best prosthetic makeup ever in the history of movies. Fight me. Man, I prefer someone who's jacked. LOL. I could learn this mistake from Apocalypse. Cow, pen, and stilts. Okay. Taika Waititi? Yeah, I don't think so. That guy's fucking annoying now. I have no idea. I hope they do him justice. Zelda and Link are really cool so far, though. Yeah, I doubt they are too. I think they're going to use parts of Ocarina and like parts of Link to the Past or something. Parts of other games. It's going to look more. It's visually taking looks from the newer games for sure, like Breath of the Wild and shit. If you've seen any pictures. Huh? What is this? You're getting downvoted, but you're absolutely right. I don't understand. Why would you downvote and then tell them they're right? Post in the chat who you think would be a good Ganon. I'm still going with Javier Bardem, but Cliff Curtis is a good choice too. Christopher Judge. Yeah, he's a good choice too. The guy who does Kratos and shit. Just so we can call Link boy. Yeah, that'd be funny. Also, the biggest question of all, is Link gonna talk or not in the show, in the movie? I am not familiar with him, but from his pics that show up on Google, the dude looks like Dorf. Alan Rickman? What? Alan Rickman is dead. Unless I'm confusing it with somebody else. I don't get it. Wait, what is that? There you go. Someone picked Javier Bardem. Can I still upvote that? Yeah. Of all the other terrible ideas in the page, this is the only one I can see working. Really? Did Yeah, you mean the dude from Reacher, right? Because Alan Rickman is dead. He played Hans in Die Hard. How do you not know that? The Nerd Podcast doesn't even know who's who. Yeah, I know. He's a unit. He's basically a good choice for any kind of role, any kind of big ass guy role. Yeah, Alan Richardson is what you're trying to say, right? Yeah, Reacher's an okay show. I don't think it's as great as other people think it is. But it wins points for shooting the most recent season in my home province of Newfoundland, which is so bizarre because that's a tiny little place. You're right about the Middle Eastern angle, I suppose. However, the first one that comes to mind is that guy from Slumdog Millionaire, Alan Richardson. I don't know the cop from Slumdog Millionaire. I really like that actor a lot, and I think he is very famous in India. Danny DeVito, absolutely. He could be in it as a Goron. That makes sense. He basically is already one. If they don't cast The Rock as Ganon, I'm sick of The Rock. I can see them doing it, but I'm like, man, aren't we sick of The Rock? Bigoron. The Rock as a Goron would be a perfect cameo. Can I offer you a nice secret stone? I'm like reading every single comment. Come on, you can't make a villain that sexy and attractive. Get out. What is that? Like get out of the fucking chat. Oh fuck. Would watch 100. Yeah, if he was awesome as the Penguin. Still the best Penguin, I'd say. He was the best part of Batman Returns. Excuse me. Came here to say this. Idris Elba. Didn't someone already say that up here? Some people want Idris Elba to play fucking Ganondorf. Reggie Fils-Aimé? That's pretty funny. Reggie's the best. Who doesn't love Reggie? He works for everything. Why? They could do Darth Vader type set up for Ganon. Have a large, physically imposing. Well, it's not. It's not exceptionally difficult at all. What's this guy talking about? Does he not know about dubbing after? Sometimes entire movies are redubbed after because the sound was so bad. We humans are very accustomed to seeing exactly how a face looks when mid-elocution. And attempts to fool us throw the results into the uncanny valley. That's like a pretty awful take. Dudes acting like people haven't been overdubbing or redubbing voices forever. Hello, that's my baby. Say hi. There's actual people watching me for once. I got a kitty right here. Say hi to my kitty. Yeah, thanks for being here, Gentle Stone. I hope it's Pigman Ganon. In that case, when James Corden complained, burn. Yeah, this is like so dumb. This person just like, it's very easy to overdub, though. I'm so annoyingly picky about movies or looking at everything that I could basically tell when it's dubbed. Lee Pace, he's a good choice too. He's a pretty big dude. You might not see Ganondorf yet at all, true. And judging by Link and Zelda, you might not get a very well-known actor. You really have to do that right now? But Dyke and Lexman is Impa, yeah. Which I don't know if they've officially announced that yet, but she already looks like Impa without any makeup. They literally just slapped ears on her and she looks just like her. Please, just not The Rock. You know what I'm talking about. Even if you don't know, you know. Well, Jack Black has been in everything, so I could see them putting him in there anyways. Hey, we need, is Jack Black available to, like, be in our movie just to make it funny? They gave Gannon a boar shape for no reason. Dave Bautista, Liam Neeson, I say too old. Liam Neeson a few years ago. Mark Strong, not a bad choice. Actually, I think it could work. I've thought this for years. He played every single villain for a few years ago, but hasn't been in much lately. Hot take. He won't be in the movie. Yeah, I could see that too. The official description confirms Legend of Zelda follows Link, a young warrior destined to protect the magical kingdom of Hyrule. The land is under threat from Ganon, a ruthless warlord who seeks the Triforce, an ancient relic said to grant limitless power. Link must embark on a perilous journey, battling monstrous creatures and exploring treacherous dungeons and solving intricate puzzles to uncover sacred artifacts. Ganon is a specific reincarnation of evil malice from the Curse of Demise. My guess is it will follow You're just saying The Legend of Zelda. That's not a specific game. We already know that's doing that. Duh. Most of Wind Waker just refers to him as Ganon. Yeah, I love Wind Waker. Because in that one he was just Ganon. He wasn't the pig version. That's a funny answer. Reggie! Batista! Batista's too small now. He's lost a lot of weight. Personally, I think Idris Elba. Looking for newer names that I don't like. Oded Ferd. I don't know who that is. Some Norwegian actor. Oh, that guy? Nah, he's too old. Okay, that's enough. I hope it's someone relatively unknown, maybe with a theater background. Can you stop it? Try and do Factor 2 here. You poop. Maybe if I do this, it won't get her up here. Maybe they don't have it cast yet, so they don't know who Ganon. This was 8 months ago, and they still don't have who the Ganondorf cast. Or they do, and we just don't know yet. Newman Akar? Newman? Yeah, I don't recognize that guy. I don't. Well, if we go the way the others have, a muscle gentleman. Oops. A new villain? If this person's suggesting a new villain, what do they mean? It'd be dumb to just make up some new character. I mean, if it has to be Ganon. I mean, lore-wise, you still go with Ganon, but it could just be a different story. Yeah, Momoa. Yeah, I don't know why I never thought of that. He's still a pretty big dude. You could give him like the beard. You could just tie his long hair around his face, and then there you go. Dyed red. Well, fuck, he's playing fucking Blanca in the Street Fighter movie, so we'll see how that works. Gotta go pick up the kids. Thank you so much for being here at the Nerd Chat podcast. Drop a link if you can, because, like, I can't click on people's names just to go to their channel, which is annoying. And I think you should just be able to drop a link. I don't, because some people don't block it or whatever, but just so I can subscribe to your stuff too. Samuel L. Jackson, the great evil King Gantor, beaten by this motherfucking kid. I'm sick of these motherfucking Koraks in this motherfucking dungeon. That's pretty good. Peace. You hated seeing Woody Harrelson? Why? It's Woody Harrelson. You should love seeing him in anything. I agree Ganondorf will be the hardest to cast. He needs to be tall, between 6'5", and they can hire a tall, known actor. I was happy to see Link and Zelda played by two lesser known actors. This feels too loud to me. Maybe it's not, but on my end it seems too loud. However, the fact of the matter is that also modern movies need at least one headliner. The Sonic movie did it by casting Jim Carrey, which ended up being the highlight. I wouldn't be upset at a celebrity cast. Pedro Pascal. Nah. You know, that isn't a bad choice either, yes, actually. As much as we've been getting some oversaturation of Pedro, even though I still like him. I don't think so. I think it should be star-studded. If not someone from the Skarsgård family, then an epic fail. Yeah, Bill Skarsgård is like definitely proven himself as a character actor for sure. Like even Nosferatu, the movie itself, I was just like, eh. But I'm like, how is this guy talking like that the entire movie? If you've seen it, then you know what I mean. Do something stupid like cast Jared Leto. Yeah, everyone seems to really not like Jared Leto anymore. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about him anymore. Josh Brolin. Is this like still going? Alright, that's going on for a while. But not that I have a ton of other topics, but I did want to talk about Obsidian canceling or tabling Avowed 2 to work on a new Fallout game. Over here on Game Informer. Obsidian cancels Avowed sequel to begin work on a new Fallout game. Obsidian Entertainment. Hey, Noble, what's going on? There's people in my chat today. It's fun. Thanks for being here. Obsidian Entertainment is developing a new Fallout game, according to a report by Bloomberg. The report also states that the studio has canceled several development projects, including a sequel to the 2025 RPG Avowed. The ongoing layoffs across Xbox division has reportedly impacted roughly 25% of City staff, including longtime art director Daniel Arlpert. Bloomberg reports that as part of Xbox's new initiative to largely focus on its biggest existing franchises, Obsidian's development pipeline has shifted toward developing a new Fallout game. With studio design Josh Sawyer at the helm, Obsidian has worked in this universe before, having previously made 2010's well-received Fallout New Vegas. Obsidian has been working on Avowed 2, which is said to be going well and on track to be announced. However, the sequel did not fit into Xbox CEO's Asher Sharma's new company strategy. Although that project is effectively shelved, Bloomberg states that some employees will continue working on it. See, there you go. Then, so why do they keep saying like it's canceled if they're saying that some people are still going to work on it? So it's like, again, just saying something clickbaity because I had a feeling it wasn't canceled and it was only just right there where they're saying, yeah, it's not. So why were you saying it? As the new follow-up comes together in hopes of a potential revival, it's not dead. However, Avowed was one of the 3 games Obsidian released in 2025, Grounded 2, Outer Worlds 2. Wasn't there a 4th game? No. I keep thinking it was 4. Unfortunately, though, Avowed and Outer Worlds 2 gained positive reviews, but both underperformed sales. Despite pivoting to Fallout, Obsidian will continue working on Grounded 2 and DLC for the Outer Worlds. For more on Xbox's massive ongoing restructuring about how Doom developer id lost roughly half of his staff, you can also read how Hitman developer regained ownership. This is sorry. So they're talking about Elden Ring movie. So there's news. Oh, so there's some recent news about the Elden Ring movie. That's cool. Let's talk about that. So just like the article I had open already, the Elden Ring actor reveals the shocking way he landed his role. Elden Ring actor landed his role in a shockingly simple way. Developed. The film will star Peter Serafinowicz, Kit Connor, Kaylee Spinay, who's so stinking cute as balls, Ben Whishaw, Nicky Offerman, Tom Berg. Names. Whoa! Web Dave! Thanks for being here. Appreciate you big time. Who do you think should play Ganon in the live action Zelda movie? I was just talking about that a second ago. And my chat is actually like busy today. That's nice. Wait, is this new news too about MK2? Oh, see, I'm finding new news. Screen Rant has all the new news. That's good. I got Elden Ring news to talk about. Although I think this is probably just the game, not the movie. Peter Serafinowicz. Who is this guy? Oh, right. That's not who I was thinking of, but yeah. Serafinowicz connection from software games has come full circle. It was confirmed April 2026. The actor will be joining the cast of the upcoming Elden Ring movie after spending years as a voice actor. I didn't know you did voice acting, but that makes sense. Serafinowicz has been lending his vocal talents to the Elden Ring games and massive Soulsborne series for more than a decade. During an interview on Russell Howard's 5 Billion Things podcast, he revealed his long-standing history for From Software's game helped him land his currently undisclosed role. According to Sarah Finowitz, the opportunity came when he met the writer and director Alex Garland of the A24 adaptation by chance. Garland was already familiar with the actor's work on Dark Souls, but their conversation was interrupted before they could discuss the project. However, he did not let this get in the way. Sir Finowitz left his contact information behind, too surprised it eventually led to him getting a role. Although details surrounding Sir Finowitz's character remain shrouded, his involvement has excited both fans of the Elden Ring and Soulsborne franchises. What are you up to, Web Dave, if you're still here? Unlike many and Noble Bull, what are you guys up to? Seraphin's character remains shrouded in mystery, but his involvement has excited fans of both Elden Ring and Soulsborne franchises. Unlike many game adaptations that rely on a lot of big-name actors, the A24 adaptation is also bringing in talent who could be found outside the TV film. Yeah, Serafin was played mild mannered Pate in Dark Souls 2 and became the voice behind one of the franchise's most recognizable elements. Rather than portraying a major character, he recorded all the Soulsborne franchise's death sounds. Really? So he's just going, So players have heard his performance countless times. So they got other news about Elden Ring movie. Maybe nothing too groundbreaking. They got a major, they got a multi-million-dollar investment. This is from July 4th. Elden Ring A24 being written, Alex Garland. Trying to skip things I've already talked about. Bring software from critically acclaimed dark fantasy movie set in the lands between. The story will follow the aftermath of Elden Ring's destruction. After being shattered, pieces of the ring are now in the hands of corrupted demigods. The film will be produced by Game of Thrones creator George R.R. Martin. A24's upcoming film adaptation of the game received backing from a surprise source, Google. According to exclusive report, the tech giant invested $75 million, really, to develop new AI tools. So they invested $75 million to use the AI through its labs, Google DeepMind. Google's gone pretty hard into the AI too. I want to see what Google DeepMind is. How is this different from Flow? Flow is just like another creator. They have so many different things. I'm like, I've messed around with Flow just for fun. But they're investing into the movie, and then they're going to get them to use their AI for the effects, which could probably reduce the budget. I mean, you can do some freaking impressive stuff with it now. Google DeepMind will be used to produce movies such as Elden Ring and the studio's other major game-inspired film. Yeah, people are going to be like mad about that, but I mean, honestly, AI is starting to look better than what you can do with CGI. Like, it just looks lifelike real. Like, I don't know if CGI will be as good enough as to how AI can just completely replicate real things. A24's multi-year agreement with Google will allow two companies to collaborate in creating AI-powered tools to streamline both film and production and distribution. As part of the deal, these products are being evaluated by A24's tech department. The team will test new ways to include AI in its creative process. I mean, it's here to stay. People are using it. Adapt or die is what I say. Many fans of Elden Ring and Death Stranding are skeptical after hearing the news. Many concerned and disappointed that the major adaptations rely too heavily on generative AI. However, according to both companies, viewers shouldn't worry about AI taking over the movies. The partnership specifically states that Google can't use A24's projects to train its AI models. I kind of understand what that means. I'm trying to figure out in my head. What do they mean by A24's projects besides, I don't know. You gotta train AI to like know how to do stuff. That's a job. You can get jobs where you help AI learning. The AI tools being developed are not the type of generators that have become controversial in the industry. They are more focused on behind the scenes text to improve production flows. Yeah, you can automatically create storyboards and so many things so quickly now. And you can just base it around like a paragraph of what the idea is. A24 deal with Google is intended to support filmmakers, not take away their jobs. The studio explained that the creative teams will continue to make major decisions on their own. The new technology is just a tool that is there to help them if they need it, and they won't be forced to use it if they don't want to. A24's Elden Ring will be released in theaters on March 8, 2028. Death Stranding is scheduled to premiere in 2027. Although there currently isn't a specific date at the time of this article's publication. She's so freaking cute. 1998. She's short, 5'1". Boop. So, anything more about Elden Ring? No, this is about the game. Looks like it. There's something over here about Mortal Kombat I wanted to read. From July 3rd, Mortal Kombat 2's record-breaking Rotten Tomato score addressed by franchise. Oh, so I guess it's officially the highest or low? Probably the highest. I imagine. I don't really think it was that hard because even the original MK, which I love, has like a pretty shit rating. MK2's director is impressed by one key aspect of the sequel. Simon McQuoid, who directed both MK movies, has addressed the newest movie's record-breaking 64%. It's not even that high. Oh my god. The second movie in the rebooted franchise sees Raiden and Sonya Blade recruit action star Johnny Cage in their fight against Shao Kahn, participating in the titular fighting tournament to keep Earthrealm safe. MK2 movies have been the best of any of the adaptations, even though 64% it still isn't really all that high. How well do you know the Mortal Kombat movies? Huh? Paul Anderson. I only guessed that one. In the 95 film, The God of Thunder of Earthrealm, yeah, it's Christopher Lambert. Duh. The franchise instantly recognized his name. Pumping bass. Techno Syndrome. 2 years after the 95 hit, the much maligned sequel rushed into theaters with crappy budget. It tanked critically after 2 decades. Annihilation. You just said it. You just said Annihilation in an earlier question. The 2021 reboot. Yeah, Louis Tan. He was fucking terrible. Played by an Indonesian wrestler, Rose Jaka. Joe Taslim. The follow-up to the 2020 reboot was officially announced in early 2022. With director Simon McCoy returning, much of the original cast and long-awaited screen of played by Johnny Cage. What? Oh my god, are you that dumb? Reveal my rating. I got 100%, baby. Wait, there's more? I don't know. Maybe I should go back to the article. In an interview with Screen Rant's Grant Hermans, the film's home media release, McCoy addressed MK2's impressive feat as the most well-reviewed movie in the franchise. The filmmaker didn't know about the critics' score prior to the interview. Was impressed by how much the film managed to resonate. He explained how attending screening with fans, he saw how hyped people were with the movie. Check out what McCoy had to say. I'm talking to the guy who gave me two of the most epic Mortal Kombat movies ever made. So I'm doing pretty great. Truly, these movies have been an absolute blast. As someone who's been a longtime fan, so kudos to you for making even better movies this time around that I already love in 2021. I'm not the only one who's saying how good the movie is, how fun it is. How has it been for you following the reception? Also, getting to set the Rotten Tomatoes record for the best reviewed installment. Simon McCoy. I didn't realize that. The thing that is the most satisfying part of this, I'm not on social media. I don't really look at anything. But what was really satisfying is in several screenings, some in test screenings, but also once the film was finished with a packed audience, was to hear people viscerally respond in their way. We just spent several years theorizing and working on it and having great fun bringing it to life. To get that, it was massively satisfying. Feeling to hear the gasps at the right times and the laughs, just to get a real sense that people really enjoy their experience. The story of MK2 reflects more elements of the games in the first film. Yeah, I already know that. I should probably get MK2 on a Steelbook. If it's out yet. However, the movie has been out. Okay, physical is not available till July 28. Blu-ray.com related reviewed it yet? No. But how much will it be for Canadian though? Change address. You weren't supposed to see that. Now you know where I live. It's $40 though. That's like, nah. But I want the 4K. What's his features? How many special features does it have? Anything? Walmart's getting Walmart is getting an exclusive Steelbook. What the hell? There's a Walmart near me. I wonder if I'll have it. Because I wouldn't mind getting that. I like it enough to buy it. But I'm not seeing any actual features yet. Oh, I don't have any packing images. Nothing on the back. I can't see on the back. The slip is where they have the information for it. temporarily out of stock. Yeah, it was $44 for like buying it there. I thought I was going to click to the Mortal Kombat to the Walmart version. Maybe it's not going to be a Walmart exclusive in Canada. I don't know. Does it say? Huh. Ah. It doesn't specify. Viewers are also enamored by how well the movie manages to do justice to the source material. Rotten Tomatoes also reports MK2 ended up with the verified Hot 87 from the audience based on over 5,000 verified ratings. While the critic score is impressive, the audience score is just as important. I still think it's more important, affecting McCourt's story about seeing fans enjoy the film in theaters. It's proof the franchise has legs on the big screen. However, it did underperform, only earning $129 million. That's not very good. That's like you couldn't even crack 200 on an $80 million budget. So, however, the film has been out of digital June 9th and will be available. How has the sales been since it's been out on digital? Mortal Kombat 3 already been confirmed, indicating Warner Brothers expects the movie to perform well enough post-theatrical release to justify a sequel. The high ratings from critics and audience alike are a strong sign of positive future. Well, they already ended it with pretty obvious that they want it. They ended it with there being a sequel in mind. With Mortal Kombat 2 making such an important mark in the video games franchise adaptation history, it paves the way for a no the future that embraces even more ideas from the games themselves. The series is ripe for continuation. And if McQuoid and the rest of the filmmaking team can keep the video game's importance, it can produce another vital adaptation for the series. Is it going to rain today? Doesn't say it is. So what did it say over here? I guess I already knew it was greenlit. Yeah, this is from October, so we already knew they greenlit it. Just be back in a sec. had to get a little bathroom break. Why is my chat empty now? I don't know why it does that. Yeah, that's old news. That's old news. There's some random article over here. I don't know. I was like, some random article about the Timothy Oliphant Hitman movie and fucking Roger Ebert saying that he liked it. It's like some super random article that just comes out of nowhere. The world was a different place 2 decades ago. The recession hadn't happened. People were emerging from a period of great paranoia. Great paranoia? You're talking about like early 2000s? What do they mean by that? I don't get that. This guy's already weird. Saying that game adaptations were universally despised. No, you don't know that. I didn't hate all the ones that came out earlier. Like I said, I liked the fucking first MK movie. This was the era of Doom MKs. Movies were followed by a handful of more mainstream adaptations that did poorly. Hollywood simply couldn't crack the formula, even though every studio knew what goldmine lay beneath their feet. Okay, they're gonna rehash that whole things got better. I already know. Gonna skip all that because where's the part? Yeah, Roger Ebert, interesting, had weirdly positive things to say about Hitman. An adaptation that was released just a year before Max Payne with Mark Wahlberg, they mentioned up here, which was a pretty bad movie. And avoided the same fate. It ended its global run with the 100 million against a reported 24 million, so that's not bad. Directed by Xavier Gens, who experienced success last year with Netflix under Paris, the 07 adaptation was headlined by Timothy Oliphant and was also featured Olga Kurylenko and Doug Ray Scott and received a 16% score on Rotten. The site's consensus reads, Hitman features the unfortunate combination of excessive violence, incoherent plot, and inane dialogue. While most critics detested the film, the late Roger Ebert gave it a rare positive review. He wrote that the movie stands right on the thresholds between video game and art. The Hitman movie didn't get a direct sequel, although a reboot titled Hitman Agent 47 released in 2015. The film is currently among the most popular titles on the Domestic Stars chart, according to Flix Patrol. The franchise remains as popular as ever, so I won't be surprised if another reboot is announced. Yeah, I never played much of the Hitman games, but I know they're really good. I just don't really play them. I click on Hitman. Does it cover the games and the movie? Yeah. What was I clicking about that? It was more about the layoffs. It'd be funny to go back to this big long Reddit thread about who could play Ganon, because I run out of news to talk about. Perhaps you get Ganon first. Matt Mercer, Gerard Butler. He's pretty overexposed. Oscar Isaac. Oscar always been my fan pick. He would crush it. Danny DeVito. We already did that. I understand what you're saying, but very few actors command 20 mil payday. Even Alan Rickman, Maggie Smith. Did he just make the same spelling mistake as someone in the chat did earlier and call them Alan Rickman? Idris Elba. People cannot fucking spell. Like, Idris Elba. His name isn't Idris Elbow. It's shelling out a few mil for an actor and known actor going to kill a movie. I had a discussion with my sister recently. She's of the mind that he should be obviously evil from the get-go, intimidating and physically large, in contrast to the younger Link and Zelda actors, whereas I'm hopeful that that can go for a more morally gray storyline. Where all is not as it seems, and approach the character that way. That said, my pick would be Dev Patel. Hell no. You have to be bigger. Javier Bardem is still my number one choice. But that could be... I don't know, if you watch Dune 2, the way he's dressed, I could see him, because I'm pretty sure in some version of Zelda, what's his face? Ganon looks like that. He was like a basic thief before he became Ganon or something. I don't really know the lore. That might be in Ocarina, I forget. A lot of people are just saying the same shit. Keith David, Jack Black, Michael Richards. Do they mean Kramer? Lawrence Fishburne. Wish he would have a comeback. If it was an animated movie, I would want Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe. I don't think Ganondorf will be in the movie. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if their description was really just a copy-paste temporary one until they actually came up with a real title, but I mean, there's no reason to not have Ganon. He's always been the antagonist. The non-Zelda audience will you know that he's the bad guy. Deco Tree played by Chris Pratt, Ryan Reynolds, Willem Dafoe, Pedro, John Cena. I'm probably appealing, but I could see them casting Andy Serkis. They don't need to mocap Ganon. They could just find someone big enough. It's really not that hard. Even if they find someone who isn't quote unquote big enough, they could like make them look bigger digitally, which isn't that hard. Tenacious D. I say this is a joke. In a hypothetical way, they could go with Pig Ganon and Steven Seagal. I don't know who that guy is either. Sounds like he's someone from Norway or some shit. Alright, yeah, that guy. That's who I was thinking of earlier, but I didn't know his name. He's a fucking humongous guy that was in GOT. Lara Jetto wants a role? I hope it's The Rock. No. Jack Black again. It's going to be the Garrido twin Nova sisters. Zach Galifianakis. Oh, those two chicks? Yeah, they're annoying. Zachary Galifianakis. Oh yeah, Kevin Michael Richardson. With our luck, Jared Leto. I honestly have no idea and think they're having a harder time casting Ganondorf over Lincoln Zelda. Jack Black, Oscar Isaac, Guy Busey. Some dude with hair as him. Probably going to be a CGI monster. Beast Ganon demise. Unfortunately. Perlman, not a bad choice either. Face fears. Worst case. It's so obvious they should cast Matt LeBlanc like Joey from Friends. Okay. Jinder Mahal. I don't know who that is. Looks pretty big. How tall is he? The fuck? He's born in Calgary. That's where I live. That's pretty crazy. I never even heard of the guy. Eric Bana. He already played Ganondorf in Star Trek? What the fuck's he talking about? In the first Star Trek reboot. Conan O'Brien. That's pretty funny. He's got the red hair. Can I still reply to this? Oh, yeah. I don't care about Josh Brolin as Ganondorf. Would be low-key fire. I'd love to see an older actor play him as an old and frail version, only to reveal that through some magical phenomenon, no doubt caused by Link and Zelda, he's able to regain his powers and transform into whatever machinations and personas. This is like the best answer I've seen so far. Probably more of the Andy Serkis approach of being a CG character with a great voice actor. Live action just seems like a turnoff to me. No, I'd rather live action every single time. I'm intrigued by a film that's so easy to invent the characters. Like, CG will always look like a CG character no matter what. It'll never look 100% real unless they start using AI. Unfortunately, if they use AI, it would look more realistic. You could literally just like slap someone's face on them. Anyways, doesn't matter, but it would definitely make compositing into CGI into the real world look way better. Ben Kingsley, Danny Trejo, Keith David, Jack Black, Pedro. People need to stop saying it. Jack Black. Xerxes from 300. If it was animated, I would suggest Keith David. Sacha Dhawan. I don't know that guy. Any name I see I don't know, I'm going to look it up. Who is this? I don't know. Don't know him. Eric Bana. One correct answer. Matthew Mercer. Yes, they could easily have CGI canon. I wouldn't be surprised either. I feel like this movie is an April Jokes Fools too early. Is it really going to happen? Yeah, it's already done filming at this point. I'm going to reply to it just because it's funny that I'm all the way down here on this old ass post. Filming is wrapped. Filming. What? How far down does this go? Roger Klotz, Elliot Page. Yeah, Elliot Page, don't do that. Hom Talent, me. Ludacris. That's a funny answer. Fuck, enough with the Jack Blacks. This is stupid. If they did, he'd be whatever capping it, not like being it. Nicolas Cage, he could be good too. Nick Cage, Arabian buff middle-aged actor with a long nose for Jack Black. Kevin Hart, obviously. Din Diesel, Neil Patrick Harris, me, Dwayne, The Rock, Lil Wayne. Wait, is this the end of it? Holy shit. Why did I get downvoted? I thought it was funny. I'm like replying to the very, very last comment in the entire thing. Man, I wish I could change that name properly. It's so irritating. Reddit doesn't let you change your name after you, like, pick it. Like, as far as I know. I don't get how I can't just, like... It's annoying. It doesn't show my name as that, though, when I comment. Well, it's almost 2 hours. There isn't much else to talk about. There's no more new news. New news. If I click on Ella Pranella, Vector of Fallout game officially praises Prime. Yeah, I don't think that's news, isn't it? Yeah, I think I already heard about that. It was Josh Sawyer, because they're saying New Vegas is the best game, which is their opinion, but alright, it doesn't look like there's many people left in the chat. If there's anyone in there, thanks for being here. Super appreciate everyone who's in the chat today, even though you're probably not here anymore, but that's cool. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for engaging. It helps a lot. This episode, what is it? I forget what episode this is. Tgan Live is out. Keep gaming. Thanks for watching. Wait. I gotta click here first. I always forget this part.